Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drill into that with a 9.5 millimeter. Good thing I got these metric drills. That's actually works out to what is it? 374,000 of an inch. So it's 1,000 under, and then if you measure, I got the knob off this. That was not easy. It's never been, I don't think that knob's ever been off that. Yeah, it's exactly 175, 375. I bored a hole, cut it out on the bandsaw, put it in the lathe, and I don't know about the knurling. We're gonna knurl it on, I'm gonna use this. Press it on there, and I'm hoping this will be strong enough to do the machining. I know for pretty sure that machining will be no problem. It's the knurling. It's going to be putting a lot of pressure on that. If I bring it up really close, put the collet right up near there, I'm going to wrap one of these beer cans are 4/1000ths of an inch, so that'll keep it from slipping. Gives it a little bit of grip. And then we'll try and knurl it with these little wheels here, these straight wheels. Okay, that's what I ended up with. That's about the best I could do with the bandsaw. And I'm gonna try and put that beer can around there. May not want to go in there. It's pretty close fit. Maybe I don't need it. I prefer it being in there. I'm going crazy. I was supposed to I was gonna put the knob back on, but I want to put this in there pretty deep. That hole was not, that drill was not small enough, so I don't have anything else. Maybe this works, or we're gonna have to try something else. Maybe we will have to make it out of aluminum. I'm hoping this works. Light cuts. I think the knurling may be something we won't be able to do. That seems solid enough there. Okay. Let's give it a try. Okay. Here last time I used it, so this thing is not locked. Really light cuts. Okay, we're gonna do a finish pass now. I think that's good. That noise you hear is the it's the little electric heater I got going. Now I'm gonna go to my finest, which is out and white. I'm gonna put it in somewhere. Okay. It's shifting. Okay, let's finish pass here. Go a little slower. Pause the video here. Yeah, that's looking better. I'll bring it in a little closer. That is a really nice finish. This is just a cheap Chinese tool that I bought. Carbide insert tool. And it really does a nice job. I'm really happy with it. It's very good. Don't be afraid to buy Chinese tools. They're not so bad. I don't know. I don't have a problem with them. Some of them are terrible, but some are really, really good. I think I'm going to have to do a face cut because it's crooked there. And I think I'm going to use the parting tool on the back side. It's not so even back there. I'm still thinking that knurling. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. That is pretty nice. If I run it there, you'll see. She's got a little wobble to it. Even where I touched it is not as shiny. But it's dull everywhere. Okay, so we'll face it a little bit. That's pretty good. I'll try the wobbling. Doing a little of this. pretty nice. That is the nicest. That's so nice to work with brass. I slipped with the file and I put a scratch in it there. Anyway, maybe I'll give it one more little face cut. Yeah, see your scratch right there. Otherwise, it was going to be perfect. But we can give it one more little final touch up. And it had a little bit of a profile, a little bit of a wave in here. I think I'm not going to do that. I'm wondering if I can run the knurling tool on. I think I'll try it. This is probably a hardened bolt, pin, threaded stud, whatever you want to call it. So, do I need to remove that scratch if I'm going to knurl it? I don't think so. I think we'll go right to the knurling tool and see what happens. I've got to put the lantern tool post on. I really like this tool post. It's amazing. I haven't used this in a while, but I know that there's no other way to use this. There's a couple of things I can't use, and this is one of them, without the lantern. So it takes a few moments to set up. I'm a little nervous, but I think that this thing is not rigid enough. But well, if we can put a little bit of a mark in it, that'd be good. I'm gonna get a oil can. I'll try it, but I have my doubts. It's a chip. I'm gonna put it in back gears. Okay. Fingers crossed this is gonna work. It's a lot of pressure with one of these. I don't even see a mark in there. Didn't even make a mark. Paper towel. Left a little bit of a mark. I didn't push too hard. I don't want to push too hard. I'm a little nervous about too much pressure. But that worked okay, so we're going to just try it again. Max was telling us something about diametric pitch, or I don't know. I didn't do any math. I just hope it works. I don't know what the pitch is on this. I guess you could check with that. Probably a way to check. I'm just going to give it a shot. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll just machine it right flat and leave it. It looked really good the way it was. pushing too hard. Yeah. Maybe it's too... Maybe I'm too low, that tool post. I think I need to shim it up a little bit. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Give it a shot. It looked really good without the knurling, but there's no grips. That's a very slow feed. We gotta bump up the feed rate. I thought I bumped it up, but maybe not enough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just increase the feed rate quite a bit. That's what I had it for. That turned out alright, I guess. I think that's what you call a double knurl. So it's intersecting in two spots instead of one. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't used that pattern very much, but you know what? I got lots of good grip here. I think it's going to work nicely. I might polish it a little bit. And then I'm going to try and put that other knob, the locking knob on from the other. It wouldn't come off that far end, but it would have been in the way, so I couldn't have it on right now. So I'm going to clean up the threads with a wire brush. And see that beer can went up in the crack right there. It spun at some point. I hope it didn't damage the threads. Yeah, there we go. And the camera goes flying. See, look at it. That's what it did. It just disintegrated in the threads, which protected the threads. That's what I wanted. So it's good. Got my Loctite in there. It didn't clean up everything in there, but we're never going to see that part. That looks alright. I like it. There's a real good close-up. I think we can test that thing now. I might test that thing. Put the belt back on. The rubber drive belt. V-belt. Put the sanding belt on. Plug it in. And we'll see if this adjusts the tracking properly. We'll get a nice washer for there. Doesn't that look nice? That's about the size of that one. I thought it was a bit big. It's got some weight to it, boy. So, if Max is watching, I hope you're proud of me. I don't think you're too proud of my knurling, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm pretty happy with that. pulley is way too close there. So we got to move that over a bit. It's too small. I think for sure we need a 5-inch. We need to slow this down a little bit. That pulley down there may have to be changed to a smaller one. That's a pretty big... I think it's supposed to be smaller than that. I have to look at the parts manual. It tells you the size of the pulley down below. We'll look at it in a second. And this wheel here was catching on something in there. I can't tell what. Probably on the casting right here. Look at how close it is. So I made an adjustment. I loosened the bolts over here. I tightened the ones on the 2 nuts on the other side. Nuts, not bolts. I relocked them. I don't have the right little thin wrenches to hold those. So yeah, I put a copper washer in here when I put it on. This bolt is, this stud is bent. You can see it wobble. Up, goes down. Anyway, I can get it to track. I got it working, but it was scary at first. It was jamming. It's spinning nice and free now, so I think we're well on our way to getting this thing up and running. It has to be loosened off as loose as possible, and this has to be loosened right off to get this to angle down to get that. I thought this sandpaper was too small. So the first, we got to address the 2 issues down here next. Is this pulley is too, we'll get a 5-inch, and we're going to align that. It's way off there. It's supposed to be over, this is supposed to be over here. I think over 3/4 of an inch anyway, maybe an inch. But it's way out at the end of that shaft of that motor, so maybe I'll pull the motor out, see if I can push that pulley back in, and it should work better. Maybe it moved out on its own. Yeah, I was missing a bolt in here. There's 3 bolts. I put those star washers, type of lock washers in there. 3 of them. I don't know. I think I'm pretty impressed with it so far. I don't have any covers, safety covers or anything on it. I took everything off because I just want to test it. We're not using it right now, but it spins very fast. Like crazy fast. Out of control, crazy fast. There's the knob that I just made. Isn't that beautiful? Knurling didn't turn out perfect, but I can always give it a second go there. I want to get this thing up and running. Then we can address issues. I think the bearings are fine on it. You know?